Hello, everyone. I am Luciano Patrao from ITQ. I'm here today to talk about VMware Cloud Disaster Recovery. So what we will discuss today is what is VCDR, why use VCDR or a DR site, and how does it work? And we will have a closer look at the key components and the disaster recovery as a failover and failback. Also, we will discuss some disaster recovery site security and also ERA, that's the recovery environment for ransomware, etc. So, since we have done, so the VCDR is based by three components. So, it's your protected site, it's your cloud-based services, and your DR site. So, these are the three main components that we use for VCDR. VCDR deployment can be on two different ways. So you can have an on-demand on pilot light. So on-demand means that you only deploy when you use it. So you use it on VMware on AWS, and you only use and pay for when you use it. Like if you have a disaster recovery plan to test, you need to test your backups, you need to test your disaster recovery if everything is working properly, and then you just send it to the VMC on AWS, deploy it, test it, and see everything is working, and that's it. Just close it. No need to pay extra for using your DR site, and that's one of the advantages here. So pilot light deployment is a little bit different. You have this SAR SSDC environment always running with a minimum of 2 ESXiOs for your faster recovery deployments. This will be used for if you have application that needs to be recovered fastly because you have your RTOs and RPOs for SLAs very short, so you need to use this, and then this is more costly, but you have faster recovery. So in this case, we have 4 hours for one on-demand, 4 hours for deployment, the DR site, and also the time that you need to have for your VMs running on your environment. In your pilot light deployment, you don't have this time. You only need to mount all your backups on your DR site, and they are running and ready to be used, and test and see if your backups are running properly, or if you have a really disaster recovery and you need to have your environment up again very quickly. So we have 3 minutes for IPO on both cases, but the time that it takes to deploy the environment that you need for you have your DR site up and running, that's the big difference between one option and the second option. And also the cost, because if you have always a VMC on AWS running all the time, of course this will have costs on your DR site environment. In this case, you don't have this cost because it's on demand. You only deploy it when it's needed. So why you should use VCDR or any DR site? So of course we know that it's crucial for business for mitigating risks, and we have natural disasters recovery because we have ransomware attacks and also hardware failures. All these are main reasons you should have a disaster recovery site. And a solution like VCDR is easy and quick to use, and then there is no need to have a DR site always running. So this is one of the things that you should always be taking account is downtime prevention. That's your main reason for your DR site. So if you go to a lot of statistics that we have from the last years in power outages, this is on your on-prem, not on the DR side. So our power outages in our hardware failures was one of the biggest reasons for we have the DR side. So also business continuity, of course, is very important for your business, and then you should always consider this, that business continuity is very, very important because you lose a lot of money. Companies go bankrupt if they don't have their DR site on running. So like 60% of the companies will go out of business if they don't have a DR site. So like cost reduction and downtime is minimized. Those are another reason you have the other side, in this case, VDR. So VCDR, why VCDR and not all the rest of the DR side that exists? So again, cost is one of the things very important, and easy to deploy and easy to maintain. Maintain because most of the DR site and the VCDR is maintained by VMware. So maintain and all of upgrades and everything is done by VMware. So you only need to take care about your backups, your way to build your disaster recovery plan, and that's it. So that's one of the big difference. So let's look a bit more deep in what is VCDR and how it works. So VCDR consists of three main components. That's the DR as a service connector. We call it DC connector. A scale-out cloud file system, and orchestrator for live mount that you need to use for your disaster recovery plans and all your failover, failback, whatever you need. That's done by orchestrator. So we'll go over for each one. So this is the main design for this infrastructure. And as I said, cloud-based services in the DR side is VMC on AWS is maintained and managed by VMware. So you no need to worry about that. You just need to focus on backup your environment to the cloud-based services. So the DR side, the DC connector is the first component. The DC component that will connect everything that you have on your on-prem to the orchestrator and then also to the DR side. This is one of the main components that will work because it will receive and send, in this case, do the replications. Replications is done by snapshots. It's using API vCenter backups. That's the full of all backup tools to use it. So this is we'll receive failbacks and also the replications. So again, the scale-out file system is where all your backups will be saved and restored, because here you have something that I will explain afterwards, something they call live mount that is using NFS live mount. This is just a S3 object that is running on cloud, VMware Cloud. It's using AWS, of course. So this is the second component, and this is an explanation of how this works. So if you see here that you have a replication of snapshots to your scale-out cloud file system, and then inside of here you have immutable backups, durability, encrypted data, and also, very important, this is read-only restoring points. So mean there is no way that this can be changed by any ransomware or any different attack. So as I said, CFS is a S3 object storage, and then you will have a disaster recovery plan that you send after you launch the disaster recovery failover. Then it will automatically build the recover site on your AWS, on our VMC AWS. As I said, this is the SDC clusters, so you can have 2, that's the minimum, but you can build whatever you need. If you need like 10, 20, 25, whatever you need for your disaster recovery. Then you have restore points. Restore points are like snapshots every 30 minutes. You can have 48 snapshots per day, and the retention is hourly, daily, weekly. That's where you're up to you, and you're up to your backup plan that you build for your recovery plan. So, as I explained also, this is on demand and no pilot. So I already explained this, but this is one of the third component that we'll use. So on a failover is very, very, very easy to. You launch a failover plan, and automatically build your recovery site. You can have a disaster recovery plan just to test if your backups is okay. If not, you will rephrase and should do it again, because the recovery disaster recovery plan is very important. So you should always test it, and also if you have a really disaster recovery, and then you need to use it. So failback is when you test everything and everything is okay, and then you need to send back to your on-prem. You send everything to your on-prem because you need to restore everything. That's called failback. And also, orchestrator is also the component that will work this because you need to have a failback and a failover. So I talk about one site, but you can have like 1, 2, 3 sites, whatever. As long as you have a DC connector connected to it, you can have a lot of sites. You can only have one DR site. If not, you need to build a different DR site. You need to have 2. But for the source, you can have multiple source connected to your DR site. So as a disaster recovery, as a ransomware, we know that 58% of disaster recovery on DR, not on the on-prem, there are 58% of those are done by that. So you need to focus on. For a ransomware attack, you have, in this case, you have a VMware attack, and then you need to have ransomware is already on your snapshots. You have 5 snapshots, but 2 are still okay. So you test it. You use something called ERA. And ERA, you do all your testing. This is protected. You're not connected to any of your DR site or your on-prem. This is isolated. This is done by NSX. And also, as the next generation antivirus, will check everything if this is okay. You deploy one and test it and see this one still has ransomware. You test another one and you see this is okay. You have 2 options here. You send it back to your recovery site and see if it's running, everything is okay, and then the next option, and then you send back everything after you clean everything on your protected site. You clean all your ransomware, everything encrypted, and then you can just restore it, and all the same is okay. So afterwards, you just delete everything, and you save money. Everything will be running. So in this case, IRA, you have, like I said, predicted recovery. You have recovery your points, integration because you can test your snapshot. Everything is okay, and then also very important, reduce data loss and also fast recovery point interactions that you have here on this case. So these are the points. So the time is not very good. So I hope everything did like it. Thank you. If you have any question or something, just scan me and I will reply right away. So thank you very much.